What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad you guys are here. Welcome to another video. Guys, listen up. If you're new to this channel, if you're new to the strategy, if you're new to the strat, you're struggling with trading, struggling with the strat, this channel is going to change the way that you trade in the stock market. We're going to help you guys out. We're going to make you consistent. We're going to make you profitable. But the first thing I need you to do is go down below, click that subscribe button, and then hit that bell. That bell gives you the notifications for when I send out videos just like this one every single day. Okay? If you are on Twitter, I am also there. You can find me at Mr. Clark Griswold. So if you have questions, comments, you can DM me there. You can tweet at me. I send out tweets throughout the day. I also do the same thing in my Discord. So you can go down in the link in the description below. There's a link there for the Discord. You can go in there. You can talk all day about trades, what setups there are, what setups you're taking, profit, loss, all kinds of other things. And then everything that I offer you guys that's free or fee-based can be found in that Discord, okay? So everything you need is in there. So I send out videos like this for you guys every day for free. I've got 300 plus videos available on this channel for you guys to learn how to trade the strat, how to learn to trade profitably, how to learn to trade consistently. And that's why I have this stuff here for you guys. And I just want to see you guys be successful and see you guys be green. There are a couple things I want to talk about before we get started. Number one, the screen that you see on your screen is TradingView, okay? So TradingView is a charting platform. I use that to chart all my trades. If you guys have never used TradingView, you're looking for something like this to chart your trades, well then you can go down in the description below. There's a link there for TradingView. That link will give you a free 30-day trial to their subscription-based services, free for 30 days. And then if you decide to use it, you'll get up to $30 off of the subscription of your choice, okay? Up to $30. So go check that out if you've never used TradingView before and you're looking for something to use or a new platform, you can get it there. The second thing I want to talk about, guys, is are the ads. So I know the ads suck. Nobody likes watching them. Those ads are put there by the advertisers, and it pays to keep this stuff free for you guys. It pays to keep the videos free for you guys. So the one thing I ask in return for me putting in the work to put out these videos for you guys is to let those ads roll through. Go get a drink, go get a snack, come back, and let those ads roll through. And then as we go through this video, we're going to talk about some other things, the indicator, etc., etc. But like I said, let those ads roll through, keep the money in your pockets, let the advertisers pay for your education. All right, friends, let's get started on this watch list. The week is coming to an end again. We have Lotto Friday coming up. I've got a list set up for you guys. I hope you guys are green. Let's make those profits stick. Make sure you're not giving it all back on Friday. I do want to point out one thing to you guys. This will be the last week that I give out the top 5 on these YouTube videos. I'm going to be moving that top 5 into the Discord and for the Griswold Gold members. So those 5 plays will still be in the list. I'm just not going to divulge them out. That will be a perk for the people who are in the Griswold Gold membership. So just as a heads up, so if you guys are wondering where they went, that's where they are. And all that information, guys, everything I offer, fee-based or free, is located in the Discord. So like I said previously, go in that link below, click on the Discord, get in there, and you can get all the information that way. Let's get started on this list. I've always told you guys, if Neo has a setup, I will have Neo on my list. Just like if Spy has a setup, Spy will be on this list, and it will be in a top 5 play. Okay, so Neo has what we would call a 3-1 setup. So the 3s are outside bars, the 1s are inside bars. So we have a 3-1 setup. It's a rare pattern. So I will tell you this. The Griswold Strat indicator, you can purchase it separately for $25. It's a one-time fee. You have it for life. If there's anything added to it, it gets added for free. You don't pay any additional costs, okay? So that indicator is also part of the Griswold Gold membership. You get it when you pay for that membership fee. This 3-1 setup, outside bar, inside bar. It's marked by this yellow indicator here, part of the Griswold Strat indicator. And then we also have the outside bars and inside bars painted white and yellow with the IB and OB tabs, part of that indicator as well as the candlestick numbers. So if we go back and look, like the 3-1 setups, they don't happen very often. It's a rare pattern, and it's a rare setup that doesn't occur, like I said, very often, but it tends to have a powerful effect and seems to have really good runs off of it. So if we look at this one, we have to go back to April to find the last time we had a 3-1 setup, and we opened just below. But it did have a really nice run off of that outside bar, inside bar, that 3-1 setup. Now, if we go look even further back, and we have to go further back, we have to go all the way to August of 21. So over a year ago, if we go to the last 3-1 setup, and let's see what happens here. And essentially, guys, it's playing an inside bar. And I'll always tell you guys, inside bars are what beginners should play. I'm not a beginner, and I love to play the inside bar. So you can see off of this one, we triggered and we hit targets 1, we hit targets 2, and not quite target 3. But this was a really, really great setup. So I guess while we're here, let's talk a little bit about those inside bars and what they mean to us and how we play them. So an inside bar or a 1 bar. An inside bar shows signs of consolidation. The bears don't have control, the bulls don't have control. And what we have is a consolidation candlestick. And this candle does not break the high and it does not break the low of the previous candle. It stays within that range, okay? And so when we have that, I want you guys to think of a spring becoming loaded and getting tightened and compacted. And when that thing goes, we expect it, like we saw in the previous 3-1 setups, for that thing to go up or down in an extreme manner and to have really, really good runs. So we have that set up here on NEO for Friday, Lotto Friday. We can take triggers on this at 17.72 for calls or puts at 16.99. Now, the hourly, the daily, the weekly, they're all green. So the other thing, there's 2 other things that would lead me to believe that the probabilities of NEO going higher are possible, okay? So number 1, we have this time frame continuity. And when I'm day trading, if I have these 3, I'm good with that. Everything else is just it's a higher probability that trade works out. Okay, if these were green, it would give me very high probability that trade would work out in our favor. So the other 2 things that we have, this inside bar, we can call that a hammer candle, meaning we have this big body with this long wick to the bottom, looks like a hammer. It's a bullish pattern. Okay, so when we have those, it's another reason for us to think the probabilities of this trending up are higher. The other thing that I want to point out, and I talked about this on Thursday's video, that I thought if we were at the bottom of this broadening formation, these higher highs to lower lows to higher highs to lower lows, that we would push back up through and tag these highs up here. Now, this is an actionable signal for that to happen. So we're at the bottom of a broadening formation. We have an actionable signal. The most current bar is a hammer candle. It's bullish. Okay, and then we have this time frame continuity. So there's a bunch of things leading me to believe that NEO has a good opportunity to take a big run up tomorrow, okay? So if I'm looking at plays, NEO for sure would be on that top 5, okay? I just gave you guys one away before the end of the video. So next up on the list, we've got BBBY. That's Bed Bath & Beyond. No jokes today, but 3-1 setup on Bed Bath & Beyond. So this exact same thing we just looked at on NEO. So again, if we go back in time, and all we have to do is look for this yellow indicator. We can scale back, and when you have that Griswold Strat indicator, it shows up on every time frame, not just the daily. Any time frame that you choose to look at, the indicators will be on that. So here's the last 3-1 setup they had on Bed Bath & Beyond. Outside bar, inside bar, and we triggered and had a little bit of a gain. Okay, not as big as probably we would have liked to see, but here's a perfect example. We break to the low side and we hit target 1, and then we hit target 2, and there might have been another target. We'd have to go back and look, but there's a probability of that working out, okay? So, and then we have to go all the way back here to find the next one. Now, you guys can go check out those on your own. But like I said, they don't always work. The probabilities of them are working are very high, And I go back in time to show you guys that they don't always work. Nothing's foolproof. Now, the strat is very, very consistent with how it works, but you have to actually play it. You have to actually do what the candlesticks tell you to do. And I go through this almost in every video, guys. The candlesticks always tell a story, okay? We won't go through it here. I'll go through it on another play, but we can take calls on BBB, Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY. We've got time frame to the upside, and then we've got this green inside bar candle. So calls at 8:26, puts at 7:55. First target marked out for you guys, okay? BIDU is up next. BIDU is an inside bar. Okay, so we talked about inside bars. We talked about the breaks of them. And when I mention breaks, and when I'm talking about breaks, I just mean breaking through the trigger. Okay, the trigger is the break. Okay, so we're breaking above or breaking below this inside bar. Okay, so we can look for calls on this one at 136.73 or puts at $133.50. If it's me, I want to see this thing trend down just because we've got this time frame continuity here all forcing us down. So there's sellers on the week, the month, the quarterly, and the yearly. So if we trend down, we've got full time frame continuity, and we can mark our first target out there, our first order of magnitude, our first pivot point. You can call it whatever you want. They all mean the same thing. Next setup is Ford, ticker symbol F. So Ford, again, has this outside bar, inside bar setup, 3-1 setup. The last one here, if we go back and look, gap down in the morning, okay? So we come back, we'll try and find one more for you guys, and then we'll move on to the next one. Here was another one on Ford, comes back all the way into June. And this 3-1 setup gapped up as well. This 3-1 setup did not. We had a really, really nice run to the downside on Ford. So if we go back to this play, 3-1 setup, outside bar, inside bar, that's a little bit too thick. Outside bar, inside bar. So we can look for calls at $15.48, puts at $15.01. I love this time frame continuity that we've got right here. We have been just kind of chopping around in this range here, so we'll see if we can break out of that and take a run to the upside or the downside. We'll see how it plays out on Lotto Friday. Google. The Google machine is up next. Inside bar on Google. So again, we all know about the inside bars. Calls at 110.58, puts at 108.06. We've got great time frame continuity across the board outside of the year. So we'll see how Google plays out. Coca-Cola, ticker symbol KO, inside bar on Coke. And time frame continuity looks great again, except for that quarterly. If we look, let's go to the weekly. There's a weekly stuck on an inside bar. So I want to see where we're sitting. We probably don't break out of that inside bar. So you can look for Coke on the weekly swings next week, potentially, depending on what it does. But an inside bar on the daily on Coke, calls at 62.29, puts at 61.34. Like I said, the time frame continuity looks really great. Netflix is up next. Netflix also has an inside bar, so we can look for calls on Netflix at 228.74, puts at 221.26. Nice time frame continuity to the upside on Netflix. XEL is XL Energy, inside bar on XEL. This thing's got full time frame continuity across the board. We'll see how it opens up. We can look for calls at 77.17, puts at 76.18 on XEL. And the magnitude to the top side, let's mark those out. Not great, but there's a lot of meat coming to the downside. So we'll see how that happens. You would be going against the majority of the time frame if it trends down. Doesn't mean we can't play it. I like to see the day and the hourly for sure. The weekly gives me more confidence that it's going to work out. If it trends down, all we're going to have is that day and that hour. Beyond, BYND. Beyond has an inside bar hammer candle, but our time frame continuity is telling us that Beyond is headed down. Okay, so we'll see what happens. We can take calls at 21.97, puts at 21.08 on Beyond. BABA, that's the Alibaba Group Holdings, 3-1 setup. I had one of my Griswold Gold members say I should watch Baba a little closer. Well, we have a setup on it. And here was a double inside bar for Baba. What a great play that was back in August. But we have this play right now. 3-1 setup. Calls, $90.18. Puts, $88.28. If we trigger this, guys, our full time frame will be to the downside on Baba. So that's the way I would like this to play out. We are already 2 down on the week. That's what that line is right there. Tuesday's bar, Wednesday's bar. This was today's. Friday, I will look for a continuation. That will make for a nice setup. LUV is up next. I'm not sure about the premiums on this. This is one that I've just added to my list recently. But an inside bar, full time frame to the upside outside of the year. So let's look for calls at 37.78. Our first target does not have great magnitude on it. To the upside at 37.87. And then our puts target is at 36.76. Now, I'm not saying this is your only target. You can mark out your next targets, but your next one would be right there, which is a little bit better than that first target. So play it as you will. Next up, we've got eBay. eBay has a inside bar as well, and we can call that a hammer candle. Let's take that line out. And eBay, let's mark these targets out for you guys as well, just so we've got them marked out accordingly. So if eBay triggers to the upside with calls at 44.52, we've got time frame continuity across the board outside of this yearly chart, and puts are also possible at 43.56. Targets marked out. That would leave us with the day and the hourly as red, and unfortunately the week would not flip till where are we here? The week would actually flip if we trigger, so we would have the hourly, the daily, and the weekly. So that weekly, what I'm talking about, this is the Monday bar right here, or sorry, the Tuesday bar, short week. We opened right here, okay? So that is where the week would flip to red, right here. So we would already be triggered. We'd have 3 time frames in our favor. Guys, that was the list. Let's go through a top 5 here. So if I'm looking at top 5, I already gave you guys one, okay? The one, and we'll probably do a top 3 because there really is only 3 plays on here, or sorry, 10 plays on here. So NEO would be one of those plays, okay? Just NEO has tight spreads between the bid and the ask. It moves fairly well. It has big runs throughout the day, big percentage gains throughout the day. So that's the reason I would be looking at NEO, in addition to having this 3-1 setup, having this hammer candle, the broadening formation here as well, looking for that reversal back to the upside. The next one I would look at would be Ford, F-O-R-D, ticker symbol F. I don't know why I spelt Ford out for you guys. 3-1 setup again. We've got really, really nice time frame continuity to the upside. So Ford is another one I would be looking at. I would caution you guys about this first target, though, because it does not have great magnitude on it. So watch for a reversal on Ford as well. Just be cautious of it when you jump into that trade. The next target is up top. So that's 2. The third one I'll give you guys is Alibaba, B-A-B-A. Alibaba's got this 3-1 setup. The other thing on NEO, I can't remember if I talked about it. The premiums are great. The spreads are great. Ford has the same thing. Great premiums, great spreads, usually. I know NEO does for sure. Ford usually does. And then the same thing for Baba, Alibaba. So inside bar preceded by an outside bar. So that 3-1 setup, we will be looking for that one as well. Like I said, I would like this thing. Let's mark out targets for you guys. I would like this thing to trend down. Realistically, we're already 2 down on the week, and that would push everything to be red. Let's go through a couple more here. Coke has great premiums, great spreads. So we can look at Coke with this inside bar, great time frame continuity. So Coke would be, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go with Netflix. Netflix has higher premiums, guys, inside bar, and great time frame continuity again on Netflix. but I believe the premiums are a little bit higher, and I'm not sure about the spreads between the bid and the ask. Guys, if you thought this information was useful, if you are a first timer, at the end of the video, like I stated, there's a playlist so you guys can learn even more about this strategy and how you guys can become more profitable and more consistent. So thank you guys for watching. Good luck on Lotto Friday. Make sure you are following me on Twitter. Subscribe down below. Click that bell. Get in on that Discord. Join the group chats. Good luck Lotto Friday. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Get some rest, relaxation, and we will see you guys all on the next one. Bye-bye.